Hey, what's going on guys, it's Cova and welcome back to Transfer News. If you're new around here, before I do start the video, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to make sure you always get the latest transfer news as it happens right here on this channel and all the latest videos. So anyway, we're starting off with Ranocchia. I don't know how many times he's featured in my transfer news videos. I think it's quite a lot. And he's constantly getting linked with a move away from Inter Milan. It's like they don't want him, I'm not sure. However, Tottenham are the latest clubs to show interest in him. I think that's mainly due to the Vertonghen injury that they've just got. He's out for, I think, pretty much the whole season now. And they obviously will maybe want him to get Ranocchia on loan. It's always been a loan move he's been linked away from Inter Milan with. So it may end up being that again. Next up is Lindelof. He is obviously, you know, a long-time Man U target. They've got to decide by the end of this week if they want to sign Lindelof. However, there is a problem with that because Chelsea are now also rumoured to be interested in Lindelof. You know, they're doing really, really well, Chelsea, so I don't know why they would need to change anything. But maybe they're looking towards the future because Lindelof is only like, what, 23? And it would be a good long-term signing. So, Man U need to decide. I think they must have like first option or something like that to have that kind of ability to say, you know, decide this week type thing. Next up is Ivanovic. Looks like he's well and truly out of the pecking order at Chelsea now. Been such a good player for them for quite a long time. And Everton are still rumoured to be giving him a chance in the Premier League, even though he is like, what, 33, 34? They still want him. He is set to replace Jagielka at Everton, which is an interesting one because they're kind of like the same age. And I don't really understand that. You know, he's saying at one hand, yeah, Jagielka can go. But why would you want Ivanovic to replace him? I'm not too sure. It looks like you're kind of going to go for youth Koeman, but bringing in someone like Ivanovic is kind of saying, yeah, I still want that experience there. It's a good idea, but I don't really understand the logic behind getting rid of Jagielka and then bringing in Ivanovic potentially. Next up is Van Aanholt. He got linked with a move away from Sunderland to Crystal Palace before Palace signed Jeffrey Schlupp. Apparently, it's still in the works. Crystal Palace are close to agreeing a £12 million move for Van Aanholt. That is a hell of a lot of money for Patrick Van Aanholt. I'm sorry, but I don't think he's worth £12 million. That's ridiculous. You know, I know he's an Allardyce favourite. Allardyce obviously knows him. He knows he'll play well for him. But 12 million is an absolute crazy amount of money to pay for him. Especially since they just paid 12 million for a left-back in Schlupp anyway. Next up is Markovic, an interesting one. He's been returned to Liverpool. However, he has now gone out on loan to Hull City. Just shows how much he's either, not wanted or not rated at Liverpool by God knows whether it's like Klopp, the club. Don't know, but he has gone straight out back on loan to Hull City. So now they've got Niasse and Markovic as like their wing players, which is just mad. Hull trying to really pull out the stops to stay up in the Premier League by the looks of things. Next up is Danilo. He's getting linked with a move to Arsenal. Apparently, their scouts were present at the most recent Porto game where Danilo featured. Porto are kind of having a bit of a struggle at the moment, though, which is an interesting one. Still always top three. I think they always will be kind of like top three, but they're not hitting the high levels that they were at one point. But Arsenal are still interested in Danilo to beef up their midfield. Next up is Guedes. He is a Benfica winger who's just come through. He was a long-term target of Man U. He's set to say goodbye to Benfica, though, and it looks like he's going to move to PSG by the looks of things. Looks like they've beaten everyone to the signing of this guy. AC Milan have secured a loan deal for Gerard Deulofeu. That has been confirmed on Twitter by both AC Milan and actually Lukaku has said, like, you know, thanks for all the assists type thing and good luck at AC Milan. It's a strange one. He just obviously wasn't liked by Koeman. Don't know if it was his work rate in training, his attitude, God knows what, but he has been sold out on loan to AC Milan, so they've still got the option to keep hold of him at the end. Wayne Rooney is the big story today, guys. He's got linked with a move to two different Chinese clubs. They are both prepared to offer him 700 grand per week to go and play in China, which is more than what Tevez is in, and he's earning £1 every second. Works out at something like £664,000 a week. Rooney would eclipse that and get more than £1 every second while he was in China. That is just absolutely mental. If I was him, I would go and do it. I'm not going to lie. That type of money, even though he is getting a shed load at Manchester United anyway, that type of money to still get is just ridiculous. It's like pretty much double what he's getting at Manchester United. And let's be honest, you know, I don't know how many years he's got left. I'd cash in if I was him. Next up is Scott Hogan. Looks like he is set to complete a West Ham move this week. Not sure what date it will go through. However, the two clubs have apparently reached an agreement. We'll see him now play in the Premiership. Gareth Bale is another one that's getting linked with a move away Both Manchester United and Chelsea are debating world record bids for the Welsh international from Real Madrid. It's an absolutely insane potential move. I don't know why Real Madrid would sell. In fact, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't sell for any amount of money. You know, Ronaldo got offered an insane amount of money from China, which they didn't accept. I don't see why they would sell Bale now. And finally, well, one of the last two players, it's Payet. West Ham are considering allowing Payet to leave Nice on loan until the end of the season, where they can then kind of sort out his more immediate future then. It's an interesting one. Marseille have had 3 bids rejected, apparently, and now Payet is set to go to Nice and help them push on towards the title. And finally, we end on Joan Bernat. Guardiola is targeting a favourite from Bayern Munich. Bernat featured heavily for the Spanish manager and now looks set to be raided again to go and fill that left-back position at Manchester City. So there you go, guys. Lots of big potential moves. That Bale one is just one hell of a rumour by the looks of things. Rooney to China would be an interesting one if he took that offer. I don't think he will, though. And the strange, curious case of Markovic continues. But guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you do drop a like, and I shall see you in the next one.